Hello, Gantz. Have you guys heard about this Amber Heard Johnny Depp case at all? Oh, you haven't? Well, it's caught my interest. If you haven't seen any of it, like, you're missing out. There's some good memes, like some of these. Anyway, if you don't know anything about it, let me just give you a brief summary of what the fuck's going on and how it all started. It all started in the year 2016. Amber Heard filed for a divorce, claiming that Johnny Depp had actually like physically assaulted her, like beat her up and stuff like that, right? Whilst he was on drugs. Everybody knows that Johnny Depp does drugs. That's not like a big thing. People already know this. Okay, like there's loads of things showing that he does drugs. It's been there for years in like cartoons, TV, and I mean, like, look at the guy. That not scream like, I do drugs. You know what I mean? Anyways, this led to the police investigating the situation and actually finding that they had no clear evidence that this has actually like happened. Anyways, the divorce was finalized in about 2017, right? And Amber Heard decided to write to the Washington Post claiming that she was a public figure for domestic abuse, which there was no evidence for that previously. So I don't understand how she can claim that she's like the head figure of domestic abuse. That's like me claiming like I'm the head figure of, I don't know, anything. She'd also claimed that Johnny Depp assaulted her way back in 2013 because of her making fun of a tattoo he had on his body, which is kind of stupid. Even he said it himself.
Mr. Depp, do you recall at the beginning of her opening, Ms. Heard's counsel mentioned that the first time you supposedly struck Ms. Heard was in response to a comment about one of your tattoos?
Yes, I remember.
And what is your response to that?
It didn't happen. I've never struck Miss Heard. As I said yesterday, I've never struck Miss Heard. I've never struck a woman in my life. I'm certainly not going to strike a woman if she decides to make fun of a tattoo that I have on my body. That's like going into someone's journal and picking out things you don't like.
Now, this is where it gets kind of fucking disgusting and weird, right? In 2016, Johnny Depp accused Amber Heard of shitting in his bed. Like, actually squatting down, taking a shit, and rubbing it all over his bed. Now, imagine this. Imagine somebody taking a shit in your bed, right? And it's your missus. Your missus is taking a shit in your bed. Like, she squatted over and took in a shit in your bed. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are into that sort of shit, like the scat boys, right? I know they're into that, but I ain't into that. I know a lot of people that wouldn't be into that. I would take great offense if somebody squatted down and shat all over my bed. I'd think they're a bit weird. That's a red flag. So from now on in this video, I'm going to refer to Amber Heard as Amber Turd because I feel like it's fitting. And obviously it's been around the internet, right? People, this isn't new. I'm not saying that I've made this up. People are calling her Amber Turd. So I was saying, Johnny Depp accused Turd of shitting in his bed. Now, this led to an argument as she was trying to blame the dogs. Like, they had dogs and she tried to blame the dogs, but I feel like you'd be able to tell whether it was a dog shit or a human shit, right? Anyway, it also led to her phoning her friends and pretending that Johnny Depp was assaulting her on the phone, which is kind of fucked. That's actually, that's psychotic behavior. You guys still with me here, yeah? I know this is like a roller coaster of like fucking shit that I'm spewing to you here, right? But there's a lot. Like this trial is actually fucked, right? You still with me? Right? You can go back. Like if you missed anything, you can go back right now. I'm giving you 10 seconds. Right. Ready? Sweet. And now in 2019, Johnny Depp filed for a lawsuit against Turd herself, claiming that she was the one causing the domestic abuse to him. And also had said that she had thrown a vodka bottle at his hand and cut part of his finger off. Right now, there was actual evidence for this. Okay, here's some pictures. This is actually fucked. I mean, he looks like he's dead. Like, he does look like he's dead, but he's not dead. He's lost part of his finger. Now, that's pretty fucked. Now, I know what you guys are probably thinking. You're probably thinking, wow, Charlie, you're being really one-sided here. What if she's telling the truth? What if all this stuff that she said, right, even though it seems bullshit and there's no evidence, like, what if there's some sort of truth to this? Like, all of this stuff. Well, I'm about to show you something that kind of defeats her whole argument as being the one that was abused, right, and not being the abuser herself.
You don't even know what you're talking about. You still haven't even told me what it is, but run with it.
I have told you what it is.
No, you haven't.
I said to Travis, I said to you, hey, tell Travis what just happened.
You told me to do it. You told me to. You said, go do that.
I said, no, tell him what just happened.
And I lied.
And that you punched me in the fucking thing, and you
figured
in the
it
face,
out.
and you said, no, I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about? And I watched you lie, and then I
didn't punch you. By the way, I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you, babe. You're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You've been a lot of fights, been around a long time. I know. Yeah,
no, when you fucking have a closed fist.
You get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not fucking deck you. I fucking was hitting you.
You can't.
I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How are your toes?
What am I supposed to do? Do this?
How are your toes?
I'm not sitting here bitching about it, am I? You are. That's the difference between me and you. You're a fucking baby.
It's actually frustrating to listen to because it reminds me of like being in a group of friends and you have that one friend, right, that just always bullshits. Like say Jay out of the In-Betweeners, for example, right? That sort of friend. Okay, you know he's lying. Okay, you can't actually prove that he's lying. Well, in this case, you can prove that she's lying, but also you have to go through all of this bullshit to prove that she's lying. Like, now let's talk about the case itself. Now, I'm only going to go over some of these briefly because a lot of them have been spoken about 100 times. And that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is just to show my opinion on it. But there are a few key things that I think I need to point out because they're pretty fucking ridiculous. So just in case you guys didn't actually believe me about Amber Heard lying about stuff, here's a clip of her lying about a few things under oath. And by the way, if you're under oath, you're not allowed to lie in court at all. That's like a given. You're not meant to be doing that. All right, just watch it. I'll show you. I don't even have to explain it.
You have seen Mr. Waldman's statements and evidence in this case. When you look at them, you can tell that the key point Mr. Waldman was making in each of these statements was simply that Ms. Heard's accusations against Mr. Depp were lies. That's why he talks about an abuse hoax. Now, Ms. Heard has the burden of proof of proving that Mr. Waldman's statements are false. And that means that Ms. Heard has to do more than prove that Mr. Waldman got some details wrong. She has to prove that Mr. Waldman's statements are false in their essential meaning. In other words, she has to prove that her abuse claims are not a hoax. But as we've seen, the evidence is overwhelming that Ms. Heard's claims of abuse are false.
I split it between the ACLU and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, end quote. Right?
That's correct. I made that statement as soon as I got a divorce and we reached the settlement. That's when I pledged it, right then.
And you say this because you, quote, wanted nothing, end quote.
That is correct.
But you hadn't donated your entire $7 million settlement to charity at that point, had you?
That's incorrect.
Sitting here today, Ms. Heard, you still haven't donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity. Isn't that right?
Incorrect. I pledged the entirety of the settlement, $7 million to charity, and I intend to fulfill those obligations.
Ms. Heard, that's not my question. Please,
what was
try
your
to answer
question?
my question. Sitting here today, you have not donated the $7 million, donated, not pledged, donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity.
I use pledge and donation synonymous. with one another.
But I don't. Ms. Heard, I don't use it synonymously.
That's how donations are paid.
Ms. Heard, respectfully, that's not my question. As of today, you have not paid $3.5 million of your own money to the ACLU. Yes or no?
I have not yet.
And not only did she lie about that, but she also lied about Kate Moss. And Amber Heard accused Johnny Depp of throwing her down the stairs because she had heard a rumor. Now, that would have been all well and good if she had actually spoken to Kate Moss and got their story straight. But Kate Moss had come out and actually said, yeah, that never happened.
Ms. Moss, did there come a time when you, while you and Mr. Depp were a couple, that the two of you took a vacation together to the Golden Eye Resort in Jamaica?
Yes.
What, if anything, happened when you were in Jamaica with Mr. Depp?
We were leaving the room, and Johnny left the room before I did, and there had been a rainstorm, and as I left the room, I slid down the stairs, and I hurt my back.
How did you...
And
I apologize, Ms. Moss. Please continue.
And I screamed because I was because I didn't know what had happened to me, and I was in pain. And he came running back to help me and carried me to my room and got me medical attention.
Did Mr. Depp push you in any way down the stairs?
No.
During the course of your relationship, did he ever push you down any stairs?
No, he never pushed me, kicked me, or threw me down any stairs.
So yeah, I mean, if you're going to lie about something, at least tell people and try and get your story straight. And if you can't, then don't bother, because it just makes you look like an idiot. She also went on to talk about her makeup kit, and she called it a bruise kit, and then quickly changed what she was saying because she realized that made her look really fucking sus, and it did. A lot of people have taken the piss out of this, but yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, if you're gonna actually talk about something when it comes to it, don't slip up when you're speaking. Make sure that you're actually speaking about it properly.
Remedy, arnica cream, and then if you want to cover up a bruise, you obviously put foundation first, concealer, and then on top of that, I used a bruise kit. Not a bruise kit, it's a theater makeup kit, a color correction kit, but I called it my bruise kit.
Now, during the end of the case, Turd thought that she'd bring an expert in. Now, this guy being an expert, you'd expect him to kind of look a bit professional, but he ends up making himself look like an idiot. But in this weird, lip thing, he's like he's chewing on a sour sweet or something. It's weird. It's weird. Look at this. It's weird. You're weird. There's a lot of things that's gone on in this case, and a lot of things that I've missed out, and that's because there's too much to actually talk about. If I was to talk about it all, we'd be here for about 2-3 hours. It's so easy for people like Amber Turd to play the victim card, being a woman. People like Turd are the reason why actual people that have been physically abused fall on deaf ears. When you lie about something so big like being abused, right, it ends up putting this doubt in people's minds. Okay, it ends up putting this doubt in people's minds, and then people don't end up believing actual abused victims. They don't believe them, and it's fucking frustrating. Now, when it comes to a man versus a woman, it's assumed that the man has always done something regardless, and that's because of the way they're presented in media and other things on the internet. And of course, a lot of the cases are true and treated with the right levels of punishment by law. But what doesn't get spoken about enough is men being abused. It's like people assume it doesn't happen when it so clearly does, especially with this case itself. Now, this case is so important because it's one of the first cases where a man who has been physically abused is fighting for his right and his voice to be heard. Like, it's so fucked because this case could have cost Depp his whole career. He's lost roles through this. He's lost a lot of friends through this possibly as well, and credibility. And it's all down to him speaking up. Like, him actually coming forward and speaking up about it. And it's so obvious that this woman is just caught up in a lie that she cannot hold on to anymore. Like, she has lost the will to lie to people. Everybody now knows that they cannot trust her, and she shouldn't be respected. Everything that she does or does in the future should be looked at and studied, okay? Because she shouldn't be allowed to do anything anymore. Like, even the only thing that she should be allowed to do from now on is a normal job. She should not be allowed roles such as like big roles in Aquaman, for example. That should be taken away from her, like it was with Johnny Depp, even though he didn't deserve that. And yeah, I think that's about it. Different type of video today. I mean, I've been working on this for a little bit. I was thinking about it for a little bit and I've been writing stuff down. I just wanted to make like a longer, in-depth sort of video talking about a situation that I have a genuine interest in. You know, it's a bit different to what I'd normally do, like the skits and the sketches and the game and stuff. I mean, they'll still be about, but they'll be in drips and drabs. I want to make longer content. I want to put more time and effort into my stuff that I'm doing, because I just want to progress and do better stuff that I'm actually genuinely interested in. But if you have any thoughts in the comments, leave your thoughts in the comments. Give it a like, dislike, whatever you want to do. And enjoy the rest of your day, I guess. Or do what you want to do. It's up to you, man.